YouTube, what's good, y'all? So, it's been a minute. I was doing these every day and I just stopped abruptly, right? Abruptly. Um, but I felt compelled to do one today. Happy Friday. So, this is gonna be a good one, yo. Like, it's been a very enlightening week. Okay. So I read this article this morning, right, about Shaq coming down hard on James Harden. Shaq rips James Harden to shreds for lying about his time in Houston. When you say you gave the city your all, that ain't true. This article kind of spoke to me. So I'm gonna read a couple quotes from Shaq. Right? He said, when you say you gave the city your all, that ain't true. You asked for Dwight Howard, they gave him to you. It didn't work out. You asked for Chris Paul, they gave him to you. You asked for some shooters, they gave him to you. You asked for Westbrook, your homeboy from the Little League, they gave him to you. It didn't work out. When you say you gave everything, I say no, you didn't. He didn't do anything. You ain't step up when you were supposed to step up. When you're the man and you make all the money, you make 30, 40 million a year, that's a big responsibility. Chuck has said this many times. When you're the man, you got a big responsibility. It's all on you. When it comes time to show up, he ain't show up. So I know a lot of people in Houston are glad he's gone. Now he's got his little super team. He's got to win this year. If he don't, it's a bust. Period. Bruh. That spoke to me on many levels. I sat there, I'm like, am I James Harden? And what does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, excuse the do-rag. I just felt compelled. I wasn't trying to get cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, I'm new to the whole do-rag ministry, to be honest with you. As of about a week and a half ago, you know, I'm half Indian, half black. My dad's hair is kind of curly. He never had a really short cut. So he never was on the do-rag ministry. My mom's Indian. I had curly hair. I didn't even have a shape up till I was probably 8 years old. I didn't even know I could get waves until about a year ago. And I was getting it with, using a stocking cap, like a wave cap, So I'm new, but we, been trying to get my son some waves. His hair is a little bit of a more kinky texture than mine. So it's a perfect texture for waves. But anyway, don't mind the do-rag. People probably watching this. The real wavers like, you're not wearing it right. But anyway, James Harden. I'm like, am I James Harden? Right? Because I'm successful, quote unquote successful in my business, right? But to be honest, to be 120 with you, I don't feel like I'm outperformed at the best of my ability. And I'm lucky in that I have a wife who will check me. Especially when I start feeling myself. She will check me and let me know. I mean, she's supportive. Those of you who know E.T., Eric Thomas, and his wife Dee Dee, I feel like she's a lot like Dee Dee. Like E.T. be smelling himself, be feeling himself, and she'll set him straight. You know what I'm saying? So she reminds me of her a lot. But anyway, I be feeling myself like, babe, we done made X, Y, and Z this year. Da 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 da. She like, bro, you could have doubled that if you was about your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were organized, if you weren't always behind, if you were a better communicator, if you gave clients the experience that they expect, right? So as I'm reading this article, I'm like, am I James Harden? Have I been irresponsible with my gift? And I think the answer is yes. Purposely, no. So what does that mean? Like, to be honest, y'all, I'm still behind on projects still to this day. Even though I'm not even accepting anything new. I've been taking on way too much. Knowing that I probably can't accommodate right now and I should schedule it out months from now. I'll still take it on. Part of it is, I think, my personality. I'm a high S. on the disc assessment. I'm a support person. I like being needed. It's an adrenaline rush. But still, am I keeping that same energy I am at the beginning of these projects throughout? And E has been talking about something recently, like you got to be a finisher. He has a whole 120 conference that he's doing right now, unaffiliated with 120 Design Studio. Even though it's all kind of affiliated, you know what I'm saying? Because my company is partnered with him anyway. But the theme of the conference is being a finisher. A lot of us are great starters, but are we finishers? James Harden's a great starter, but he's not a finisher. I'm like, am I James Harden? I don't want to be James Harden. I don't. I want to operate at a level of excellence at all times, beginning, middle, and end, in every area of my life, So, yeah, got to do better, y'all. I just wanted to come on here, be transparent. And that's something that I think that'll help me and my channel and my viewers is my transparency versus a lot of these other channels where everything's kind of scripted and, to a schedule. Something I realize is that, especially I'm early on, so I watched some videos about like 5 mistakes I made when I started my YouTube channel. One of them is like over promising and under delivering. I felt I kind of caught myself doing that early on too. Excuse me. But I'm gonna move at my own pace. I'm gonna make sure that the videos that I do are gonna give massive value. Focus on quality over quantity. But yeah, just a little update since last time. I made some radical changes, y'all. I've been reading, and I read this book, Deep Work, by Cal Newport, for the second time. To be honest, I read it a couple years ago, but I just read it again, and I have a whole new take on it. And with this whole new YouTube journey, right, something's got to give. I'm only one person. Like I said, I'm still behind on projects. I have a wife and 4 kids. I have a whole business I'm running, and I'm starting this YouTube journey. I'm doing stuff for Ecamm. I'm doing a lot. Something's got to give. And to be honest, like, I've been feeling a pull to get into content creation for the past year and a half, but I've also been feeling a pull to delete my social media. Just knowing the inner workings of it. Like, it was created with good intentions, but it has since become something else. Like, just the whole attention economy. Like, Facebook is a free service, but Mark Zuckerberg is one of the richest people in the world. Why is that? He's in the data business. They're mining our data, y'all. Like, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist. This is just the truth. And I've known this and I've accepted it. But they're like mining our data, everything about us, every keystroke, everything we watch, how long certain things are up on the screen. What's up on the screen? What we talk about in our conversations. It'll show up. Did you know that every 4th post on Facebook, when you scroll down your timeline, is an ad? Every 4th post. So I went from like up here to down here where it's like, delete it right now, to like, you know what, let me use it in my favor. We got people like ET on there, people using it for good. So I was kind of there for a while, but now I'm at a point where it's like, I'm kind of in between, where I am going to use it and use it to my advantage. But I'm mainly on there for business purposes. So what does that mean? I'm going to use it like a business using social media. I'm not going to have it on my phone. Like, let's say I'm a social media manager for a business. They may have it on their phone, especially these days, but I'm not going to have it on my phone. I deleted Facebook off my phone and Instagram off my phone. And I'm going to section off certain parts of the day for social media use, but be specific. I'm not going to be going on there socializing. I'm going to go on there and make my posts strategically. So I have like a note of what I'm going to post on what platform and why, right? And it's going to be based off the audience. And I've also looked at other people who I kind of look up to in the space, like Henny, for example. Y'all mentioned him before. Henny the Business, look up to him in the space. So I looked at how he uses his social media. He mainly uses his Facebook business page. He doesn't post anything on his personal page. So I think I'm going to do something like that. I have a business page. It was actually the Marshall Fox Design business page before I switched over to 120, but I'm going to revive that and just mainly post on my Facebook business page. And I may be semi active on in private groups, like my own Good to Go group, Let's Get Live, Ecamm, stuff like that. But not as active as I have been because it's not enough time. It's just not, and then like it's just certain things that'll hook your attention. Like you'll get on, I'll go on Instagram to search for somebody's profile, to look for something, and completely I see something on the Explore page that'll distract me, and I'll completely forget what I went on there for. And I'm like so calculated. Like, I'm gonna go on here, go right to this page, and see what I need to see, and I'll completely forget what I got on there for. You know what I'm saying? And it may be a client that I'm looking for, trying to find a better picture of, or what have you. And I'll completely forget. And then I have to remember. And I'll remember like 20 minutes later, like, oh, yeah, that's what it was. Bruh, ain't nobody got time for that. How many hours, how many days have been wasted by being distracted? So something I've also learned, I'm going to just pull up my notes. And I may even do like a whole video, maybe like a carousel on Instagram about the book. 'Cause it's so enlightening. And Cal Newport, shout out to Cal Newport. He's the author. He also has the book Digital Minimalism that I'm going to get into as well. But he lives in Maryland, just like me, which is cool. Let me just read some of my notes. So what deep work is, professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that push your cognitive abilities to their limit. These efforts create new value, improve your skill, and are hard to replicate. So I've been having some phenomenal deep work sessions this week. And you can do that without deleting your social media. I realize that, but having that constant hum, what does he call it? Hold on. I'm gonna find it because it was dope the way he described it. You have to drown out the background hum of nervous mental energy, right? That's what we all have, and I definitely have it. Like I'm never fully, I feel like I'm rarely fully like invested mentally into what I'm doing at the time. It's like I'm on this shallow level where I can be distracted at any given moment by a post, by a notification, by an email. Even when I'm with my family, I feel like I'm at the mercy of a text message from a client or whoever at any given moment. But now it's like, bro, I'll leave my phone down here, go upstairs with the family, and be good with it. So yesterday, I deleted Facebook and Instagram off my phone. I went just out of habit early on, just trying to, pull up my phone, checking it. And I was like, oh, it ain't here. So I did that a lot early on in the day. But now it's like, I'm good. And I even remember this morning, I'm like, bro, I ain't checked Facebook in like 24 hours. And I went on there and I caught a couple notifications, but I'm like, look, everything's cool. Nobody died. But yeah, let me get back to these notes real quick, because I think it's been really helpful for me. We got to be comfortable being bored. Have you ever just sat in silence recently? Like just in silence. I'm talking about no audio book playing, no music, just silence. I've been doing that this week. And I feel like I'm like Confucius or something. I just been thinking. I just been sitting and thinking. I'm like, I'm about to take a day off a week and just think. It sounds crazy. It sounds odd. Right? And we've heard the stories. Bill Gates takes a week off to think. So, oh yeah, he could do that. He's a billionaire. No, we can do it too. I think I'm going to take a day off a week just to think and plan and strategize. Like, I'm talking about like not even listening to audiobooks. I'm talking about just to think. I woke up the other day and just sat there thinking for like 30 minutes. And I came up with so many ideas. It's like we just always on the go mentally. We never get a rest. Always on the go. Like I wake up, my prayer, devotion, meditation, get into work. But while I'm working, I'm listening to an audiobook. I'm listening to the Secret to Success podcast while I'm working. I'm listening to music. Even if it's like white noise type of stuff, I'm always listening. It's like it's all this stimuli, all this external stimuli at all times between that stuff and then on social media. It's like, when do we have time to just sit and just chill and just think and be bored? It's okay to be bored. Yo, this book, Get this book, okay? Get this book. Sorry, some more notes real quick. 2 skills to master: ability to quickly master hard things, and ability to produce at an elite level in terms of both quality and speed. I think I'm good on mastering hard things, but I'm not pushing myself like I can. And I think I produce at an elite level sometimes, but definitely not speed. I want to get to a point where I can be at a high level in quality and speed. Like, I read this book, bro. I knocked out a press kit in 54 minutes, and it normally takes me three to 4 hours, and on the high end, like 8 hours to do a press kit. I knocked out a 2-page press kit in 54 minutes. So I'm like, I can do it. I can do it. Want to produce at an absurdly high level and force strict isolation until you complete the task at hand. That's something I got to do too, because I'll be like 75% done and I'll take a break and go get something to eat. Next thing you know, I'm talking to the wife and checking on the kids. It's like, I can do that, but let me focus on getting things done. Like, get it done, because my wife and kids would appreciate me getting things done completely and then having longer uninterrupted times where I'm actually present with them later on in the day versus taking a million breaks to go check on them. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I got to operate as if I am at a 9 to 5 and like not there. But when I'm here, I'm here. Not trying to overcompensate by taking a 15-minute break every 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I do that. That's a little extreme, but just to illustrate what I'm trying to say. So a couple more notes. The quality of work produced equals the time spent times the intensity of focus. So that's something that I gotta work on, is the intensity of focus, like being incredibly focused, which I very, very rarely am, to be honest. Something else that I wrote down is the more you try to do, the less you actually accomplish. That's crazy, and it makes perfect sense because there's no reason I should have the amount of projects still in the works that I do right now, because I'm doing too much. And I feel like I'm getting less and less done. When you work hard. When you're done, be done. When you work hard. When you're done, be done. Good stuff. The people who multitask all the time can't filter out irrelevancy, they can't manage a working memory. They are chronically distracted. I'm chronically distracted. They initiate large parts of their brain that are irrelevant to the task at hand. They're pretty much mental wrecks. They're suckers for irrelevancy, and they just can't keep on task. Get this book, y'all. Deep Work by Cal Newport. Once your brain becomes accustomed to on-demand distraction, you just can't shake the addiction. Our brains have become accustomed to on-demand distraction. And he said something else that he said. He said, don't take breaks from distraction. Take breaks from focus. So focus should be the default. We should be focused as much as possible, at least when we're doing things that need to be done, like in our work and creative lives, right? Don't take breaks from distraction to be focused. And I think that's what I was doing. It's like, all right, well, I'm about to go down here for an hour and really get it in. It's like, bruh, no. How about you get it in for 3-4 hours and then take an hour to be distracted? He also talked about an internet Sabbath. So I think I'm doing that. I'm going to do that on like Saturdays. It's just don't be on the internet at all. At all. I think maybe Fridays will be my think day. I do my feedback Friday. Hey, I'm gonna schedule one later on today on YouTube. Hopefully it works. I've never scheduled a live on here, but I typically go live in my Facebook group. But I think I'm gonna move that over to YouTube if the group is cool with it. Because we tend to get it in that group. So I don't know if I want to air people out in public. My group, they're cool though. They're cool. They give me permission. But yeah, take breaks from distraction, not breaks from focus. Internet Sabbath. And something else, the last note I have here is constant switching weakens the mental muscles responsible for organizing the many sources vying for my attention. By segregating internet use, you're reducing the number of times you're compelled to be distracted, subsequently strengthening those muscles. So it reminds me when I blocked the shade room, I used to check the shade room religiously. Now I don't even have the urge to check that page. I just don't care. I don't care. But I was a faithful roommate, you know what I'm saying, for like years. I used to be like, so whereabouts I'm supposed to get my black celebrity news? How am I supposed to know? What if somebody dies? You know what I'm saying? But I thought, like, who cares? It's not relevant to my daily life. It's not relevant. So what? Now I'm like a couple weeks late on a meme or something. Like, I didn't see the Twisted Tea meme where that dude hit the other guy, the racist guy in the convenience store with the Twisted Tea. I didn't see that until about 3 weeks later. My guy, who was it, Coleman, posted Lamar Jackson with the Twisted Tea in his hand, and Derrick Henry as like the other guy. I was like, what is this Twisted Tea thing I keep saying? What is it? So I had to Google it. I was like, oh wow, this happened in December and I didn't know about it. But I'm sure if I was following the shade room, I would have known about it right away. But now it's like, I don't care. So what if I'm 3 weeks late on a meme? It doesn't matter. And I feel great. So I'm feeling like that. I'm hoping I can feel like that with like Facebook and Instagram use. So I am. So this is the plan as of right now. I need to start having a disclaimer because I have a plan today and it'll change tomorrow. But as of right now, I'm just going to be very calculated with my social media use, right? And I think it'll allow me to be a lot more efficient for my clients, a lot more efficient on YouTube, a lot more efficient for my family as well. Like, I need to be the best person that I can be for my clients, for the people I'm trying to attract and impact, but most importantly, my family. They need me. And I can start to picture a life where it's like the family is the default. I'm taking breaks from my family to work, not taking breaks from work for my family. You know what I'm saying? And there's people out here that's doing it. Like, I'm blessed to be in some great circles, like some people that come to mind, like Josh Hatch. High level entrepreneur, but he's a family man first. His family is his default. You go on his page, he posts a family photo every now and then to kind of check in, but he's not on there like that. You know, people will comment on his page and happy birthday, this and that. You don't see any responses. Why? Because he's not on there. And it's okay. Like, the world's not burning down because Josh Hatch didn't like something that he's tagged on or respond to everybody's happy birthday. I'm like, wow, he's still alive. he's doing great. I could do that too, you know. And I'm always like, you know, my wife said, I'm a people pleaser. I want to, you know, make sure everybody knows that they're appreciated and valued, and at the expense of what? Everything. Because I'm glued to my phone. And I don't have to be. So, yeah, very enlightening week. I'm going to be very strategic. So this is the other part of the plan as of right now. So my Instagram, I'm going to start posting some carousels because I watched a video from Chris Doe yesterday. Phenomenal video. I got a lot of value just within the first minute. But he said he started posting carousels and his following grew. I'm like, I don't care about my following. But I thought about, what is my mission right now? Like, the main mission that I'm on is to impact black and brown graphic designers, give them the information that they could use to have a successful business. Where are they at? They on Instagram and Facebook. That's where they are. They're not even on YouTube like that, to be honest. We got to do better, y'all. We got to do better. YouTube is for seeking out information. In my experience, a lot of black and brown graphic designers I come into contact with, they not doing enough of that. They're not doing anything. They got it all figured out. Not as receptive to feedback as we could be. That's all I'm saying. And not searching for the right answers. But I'm going to be here and be available and create this hub of content for those who are, and hopefully create a culture where we do seek out information. Speaking of which, I know I always get off topic. I'll switch the subject. Culture making. Shout out to Sean. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, brother. I'm sorry, but he posted this book and I picked it up. It's about creating culture. We'll read the top of this. It's not enough to condemn culture, nor is it sufficient to merely critique culture or copy culture or consume culture. The only way to change culture is to create culture. Andy Crouch unleashes a stirring manifesto calling Christians to be culture makers. Culture is what we make of the world, both in creating cultural artifacts as well as in making sense of the world around us. By making chairs and omelets, languages and laws, we participate in God's own making and transforming of culture. This landmark book is a rallying cry for a new generation of culturally creative Christians. Come join the movement from consuming to creating. Come join the movement from consuming to creating. Discover your calling of culture making. I want to create culture. So if I got to be the guy to create the culture on YouTube for Black graphic designers to feel comfortable coming and seeking out information, that's what I want to do. And it reminds me of Toby Nwigwe. He did just that. He did just that. He created culture. Like nobody out is really like him. He's not, he doesn't really cuss in his raps, anything. Not really. He doesn't. He's a Christian, but he's not a Christian rapper. We've had Christian rappers, we had secular rappers, but we never had somebody who's really neither. But you know who he is because he created that culture. He got over 1 million followers. He ain't even on the radio. I got a quick funny story. So full disclosure, Toby and I are both kind of affiliated with Eric Thomas and Associates. I run 120 Design Studio. I've been on the squad as a graphic designer for about 4 years. And Toby, he was the only artist under ETA Records. So Eric Thomas and Associates Records. So we met probably about 4 or 5 years. I think 2016. Yeah, the end of 2016. So it'll be 5 years now at a conference. I introduced myself because I knew who he was. He didn't know who I was. And I told him I'm a graphic designer. And I introduced my wife. Like, yeah, she's a stay-at-home mom. He was like, "Oh, I thought you was broke." Well, you said you was a graphic designer. I thought you was broke until you said your wife's a stay-at-home mom. I was like, "Oh, okay, he must be doing it." I thought you was broke. So we always joke about that. Cause I'm like, remember we first met and you called me broke within like a minute of meeting me. I got the photo too of when we first met. It's cool to look back on. I met him and David Shands at the same time. Dang, time flies. But yeah, anyway, Toby created culture. He created culture. You can create culture. So I'm anxious to get into this book, Culture Making by Andy Crouch. Next, I put my boy Brandon on. So he's listening to the Audible right now. I told him I'm gonna read it this weekend. So next time I go to the barbershop, we can chat about it. But yeah, it's time to create culture, make our own rules. I think we're so susceptible to the quote unquote rules of society, right? The rules of social media. And we're in this weird place, especially in my generation. I'm 32, where we're kind of like the first generation of like social media users. So we kind of going with the flow. But now we starting to get families. We got families who need our attention more so than social media. So how do we combat that? How do we balance that? So it's just about being extremely intentional about our usage and how we spend our time and what we really value in life right now. So I'm always like, well, I need social media because that's where my job is. That's where I get my clients. But to be honest, clients come to me by the grace of God. Somebody will send me a text message. Like, I'm sending so-and-so your way. I'm like, all right, send them to the forum. Let's make sure they let me know that it was you who sent them. Very rarely do I get big business via social media, like directly, like through DMs. Like I'll miss a DM, somebody reaching out, and then they'll find a website and hit me on the website. It ain't a big deal. If they really want to work with me, they'll find the appropriate channels to work with me. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna read Digital Minimalism, but yeah, I'm gonna scale my social media usage back So, cause I gotta be the best person I can be all around for my family, for my clients, and for the people. Okay. So I don't even know if anybody's on here. I don't even know if I'm still live because it won't tell me. I am. I got a viewer. What's good? No comments. But yeah, I know this was a lot. This is the longest one yet. But yeah, I felt compelled to get on here. I don't know if I have anything else to share. Let me just look through my journal. I started using day one, started journaling as well the past month or so. As well as just taking notes. Yeah, well, I started writing down some affirmations, which I'll share. All right. Have them here on a sticky note. I am organized. I'm self-disciplined, in shape, which I'm not. I'm skinny fat right now, but these are my affirmations. I'm an early riser. I'm a man of my word. I'm not behind on projects. I'm well read. I'm efficient. I'm not distracted. I'm extremely focused. I'm extremely calculated and strategic. I see it through to completion and I push myself. So those are just some of the affirmations I've been writing down. Just to keep me on task, y'all. I'm at war against distraction. I'm at war against distraction. So what does that mean? That's something as simple as a text message will come in from whoever. I'm gonna use Tay for an example. Shout out to Tay. Love you, Tay. She'll need something. Like, I don't have to look at it and respond right away. Of course, I want to make sure that I respond to stuff in a reasonable time frame. But I don't have to drop what I'm doing if I'm with my family. You know, to some of y'all may be like, bro, this is common sense. You should have been doing that. You're right. You're right. You're right. But I've just been a victim. I don't want to say a victim, but I haven't been in control. I haven't been in control, and I've let other things control me unnecessarily. You know, text messages, emails, requests. Somebody call me on, I don't say unnecessarily, but it ain't an emergency. In most cases, it's not an emergency. You know, it's not. They'll leave a message. They'll send me a text message, or they'll figure it out. So when I'm with the family and stuff, to just drop everything I'm doing, to respond to something right away, it's unnecessary in most cases, and I'm okay with that. I'm coming to a place where I'm okay with that. And maybe this video is for me to convince myself of that. Maybe it is. You probably like, I ain't convincing us. You need to convince you. You're right. But I did want to come on here and share and give you guys an update, because I know I was going live every morning and then I just stopped abruptly. Put out the martial law video on Monday, and then it's been kind of quiet. So, and also to just document this in history as well, in terms of like this shift that's happening right now, because I am serious about growing my following on YouTube to make an impact. It ain't about the numbers, to make an impact. And I'm proud to say that I'm doing that, even, in DMs and just designers who are closely connected with me. I'm starting to send things their way. Like, I used to take on everything, to be honest. Somebody got $7-8 grand to spend. Hello, nice to meet you. But now it's like, nah, go ahead and give that out. You don't have time to take it right now anyway. Go ahead and plug them in with somebody who's a better fit for them right now, and could do a great job and could use the opportunity, So I'm excited that I'm doing that. And I'm starting to see results, and I feel like, okay, yeah, this is it. Like, I've been putting in the work to get to this point. I know it's possible. The other designers, they may not see it, or they may think I'm an anomaly, but I need to help them. So to help them see what's possible. I told somebody the other day, I said, look, charge the client this. I need you to get comfortable saying that. Get comfortable saying that number. Get comfortable with it, because people got the money to spend. It was a situation where it's like, look, they told me that their budget is double what you charge. So when I send them to your site and your prices are half, they gonna think that you're not for them. They're gonna be like, okay, well, they're not really thinking about, oh, I'm about to save a few grand. They're gonna be like, why they not charging what my budget is or around what my budget is? They must not be confident in what they do, or they must not be able to solve the type of design problem that I have at a high level. So just coaching them through that, helping to build their confidence. Because yeah, last year was a rough year, but it was also a lot of people's best year ever. And not everybody's broke. People have money to spend. They spending it. So, yeah. Oh, I think I got some comments real quick. Let me see. Sammy, what's good? Nah. What up? Good to see you, Sammy, as always. Yeah, nah. You know, look, and I appreciate you for being somebody who puts stuff into practice immediately. And I know it because you're not that active in the group anymore because you putting the work in. So, and that's something that I tell the designers in my group as well. Like, you got to be busy. Even if you aren't, don't be on social media all day like you just got time to be on social media all day. Don't do it. You need to be busy. Like, people do like doing business with busy people because they know they're in demand. They're great at what they do, and they don't have time to be sitting around twiddling their thumbs. They don't. So, good to see you, bro. All right, that's pretty much it. I know this was a lot. What is this, about 40 minutes almost? But yeah, just wanted to check in and say what's up to y'all. People probably gonna see this thumbnail like, what is he doing? This is not the Marshall that we expected. But yeah, we gonna create the culture of authenticity here on YouTube. All right. Yeah, I'll be the guy. We're gonna be authentic. 100%, 120%. Not to say I'm gonna have a do-rag on every time, but still. All right, great morning. Hope everybody has a phenomenal Friday. I'm gonna try to schedule this live feedback. Now, let me know if it's cool. I'm gonna check in with the group as well to see if I can do feedback Friday live on YouTube later on, and I'll just try to be a little a little politically correct on here on YouTube. Is not in the private confines of the group. Devin, what's good, bro? Good to see you, man. It's good to see you. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace. Hey, Alicio. Why is everybody hopping on when I'm about to hop off? That's funny. It's like 6 viewers right now. I was talking to myself for like 30 minutes. Yeah, definitely catch his replay. Let me go. Catch the replay, bro. Authenticity, y'all. Authenticity. Don't much dank me, please. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.